figure I'd hit y'all with a video. This one is going to be about crime and punishment, I guess. I call it crime and punishment. But anyway, here we go. So, first topic, it appears El Mayo, along with El Chapo's son, Joaquin Guzman, I believe his name is, they both get busted by the feds. Now, the point is, well, it's 2 points I want to bring up. Well, the first point, the obvious point is, well, not obvious, but anyway, it appears to be a case of the triple cross. This is where it appears a triple cross took place. Now, we hear double crosses. They take place all the time, backdoors. But a lot of times, this is an obvious triple cross. Now, don't get me wrong. There are triple crosses, but it's a hidden hand, so you don't really recognize a triple cross. But this is like a open and shut triple cross, if you ask me. But anyway, I'm getting off topic a little bit. But again, El Mayo and El Chapo's son. Now, if you don't know who El Mayo and El Chapo's son is, well, basically, before I continue, El Mayo is a Mexican drug lord. And El Chapo's son is obviously the son of El Chapo, who I guess allegedly co-founded their cartel along with El Mayo, or they one of the founding fathers. I'm just gonna put it like that. So the cross come because it appears that El Mayo and El Chapo's son, although they cool, they been at odds, and that's normal when it comes to power, being that they got El Chapo. He got caught a little while back. It appears that El Chapo's son was setting up El Mayo. And what ended up happening is he set him up along with himself up. Now, El Mayo's 76. He's OG again. This is actually his father's peer, El Chapo's son. So El Chapo's son, I guess, fabricated a story about we need to go to somewhere else, another location in Mayo, and check out this land space. Perhaps a launching pad or to set up a manufacturing. El Mayo obviously agreed. They hop on a plane. El Mayo thinking they going to that locale, and they end up coming to the U.S., and the federales is at the other side waiting. But unbeknownst to El Chapo's son, they take him down too. Now, forgive me because I ain't do the full research on this article, so I'm really just speaking in a nutshell and in general. Now, either that happened, just like I just put it, or El Chapo's son already knew he was going down, and he on some Nino Brown shit. I'm taking whoever with me. I can maybe for a lighter sentence or out of spite or whatever. But I think the former happened, to whereas El Chapo's son was in cahoots with the feds. So he figured, fuck it, let me get rid of my competition, so to speak. El Mayo, not knowing the feds already, we gonna knock you. We gonna kill two birds with one stone. It's a dirty game. You should already know the feds. They quadruple cross. They, you know what I'm saying? They definitely ain't no honor amongst them thieves. So if you a CI or a foreman, just know that they gonna throw you away to the dogs. That it appears that what took place, y'all. So that's a triple cross case. Now, if in fact it happened that way, how I put it, El Chapo's son probably like, what the fuck? Here y'all, why y'all gonna play me like that? I was told y'all I was gonna give you blood, and y'all get me too. Well, who don't y'all need somebody to be the puppet? Not knowing they already got somebody, you know what I'm saying, already in place. But the moral of that story, really, honestly, does this do anything to quell the so-called war on drugs? And it doesn't. And it's for two main reasons. For one, it's no different than in the hood, your local D-boy go down, it's going to be 5, 10, or 20 dudes ready to take his place. So, and more importantly, the demand is there. That's why they're able to take his place. And I don't care from, like I said, your local D-boy to the El Guzmans and the El Chapos, El Mayos or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because as long as the demand is there, it's no different. And I mentioned this before. If McDonald's go out of business, you gonna stop eating hamburgers? No, you're not. And like just the fact, if now that El Mayo and El Chapo took to jail and you happen to consume, you know what I mean, cocaine, are you gonna stop getting high? I don't think you is. Hell no, you ain't. So that's my point, and I can apply this to anything. Would you want a pizza, orange juice, whether you're a vegan, whatever. So that's the main point. And definitely when the leaders, the so-called people that's pointing the finger at them, they consuming too. Hell, the U.S. is the #1 consumer in drugs. Well, I think Europe took it over, but okay, we a close second. But the main point, the moral of that is this does nothing to quell the war on drugs. And the more important point is, as long as the demand is there, it's always going to be around, unfortunately. Now, there are alternative ways, but I ain't going to get into that in this video. But anyway, next topic. And again, this is crime and punishment. And this is a rather somber story. It appears a female died, and this is where, before I continue, this is, and actually we used to say this. This is one of the many reasons why it's not cool to be doing time in jail. It appears Charizma Jones, 23, female. I guess she was locked up in New York, Rikers Island, ended up dead. And it appears, they say, because she was denied medical treatment. Now, I got two conflicting reports. First, it was like a rash. I heard she had a rash. Then, the first report I heard was actually scarlet fever. But regardless, she was obviously denied medical treatment. But to be honest, y'all, I think, man, it got to be some foul play involved. I'm going to keep it 100. I think that definitely needs to be investigated. But in RIP, my condolences to her family. RIP to her. I'm definitely not making light of this. I'm speaking off the brain. But this has been a pattern amongst many other things that's going on. And I'm going to get to that too in this video. At first I wasn't, but I might as well. But again, y'all, when we was in jail, the jail is the wrong place to have any pre-existing illnesses. For one, you're already in jail, which is the bottom of society. So everything is going to be slow and low grade when it comes to the food. Definitely the treatment, the service. So again, I don't really know the details, but it's no excuse. She was denied medical treatment. I don't want to hear wasn't no free staff or nothing. She was acting out or whatever. But from what I was able to gather, she was already in the infirmary, which is like the hospital in jail. So, but again, this is jail. And maybe, I don't know if she had a pre-existing condition, but this is jail. They're going to make light of stuff. And again, like I said, this might be some foul play, and that's what they just saying. That really need to be investigated first, if you ask me. But like I was saying, jail is not a place. And when I was in jail, we used to talk about that. Like, man, what if something went down? How we get up out of here? Whether natural disaster, war, or if they just want to do us bad, how we gonna get up out of here? And especially in county jail, the way we locked in them pods or whatever. I'm talking about blues. Anybody in blues really know what I'm talking about. But just how we get up out of here? They can gas us, poison the water, anything. So again, but regardless, there's no excuse. But again, it ain't cool to go to jail, man. For real though. And speaking of that, I was talking about the OPD. It appears Oakland Police Department don't want to renew their contract with this company that they was using for high speeds. I guess they had some company they was spitting buddy with. They sold them something about some GPS, something to shoot a motherfucking beam. Supposed to shoot a beam to hit the car to attach the GPS, so to slow down the high speeds to where they ain't gotta risk no traffic accidents while they trying to chase you down. And it was unsuccessful. I guess the technology or whatnot was a piece of crap. Police OPD said every time they used it, it didn't work, so they ain't renewing the contract with them peoples. And that just got me thinking, because eventually they gonna do away with high speeds with all these electric vehicles and stuff. You ain't gonna be able to just get up out of there like that. But they gonna have something to where, for one, either it's gonna ping anywhere you go, cause the car is electric. It's gonna ping anywhere you go, so they ain't gotta chase you. We gonna know where you going. They gonna have it pinging off the traffic lights. Everything gonna be smart. You understand? IOT, remember that phrase, IOT. So everything is gonna be synced digitally, so to speak. And I'm even get deeper than that. They ain't even gotta use shit. 5-0 gonna be back, man. A few years down the line, they'll be able to pull you over, and everything is gonna be synced digitally. Like I mentioned, your car ain't even gonna be able to move until the police get in their car and clear you, like, okay, this transaction over with, and your car gonna be able to get up out of there, because they gonna sync everything to everything. So it's not gonna just be like, okay, the Kia dealership system, they may have it to where if your car gets stolen. Nah, everything is gonna be everything. You gonna have no privacy. Privacy is gonna be valuable. It already is valuable. The Internet of Things, y'all remember that IOT, everything gonna be synced. So like I said, man, you ain't gonna be able to get up out of there unless they say you get up out of there and clear you to even leave traffically after that exchange you had with the police. Under the guise of quelling high-speed chases and traffic accidents, we're going to be able to control your vehicle. It's that simple, under the guise of safety. But that's a whole different rabbit hole. That was deeper than I wanted to go. But think about that. It's bad news, man. I'm breaking this shit down one time, man. I'm about to go get into some other things. Peace.